So one of my eight brothers asked me to watch Donahue George's last video. I've been saying it for the longest time. I'm not trying to take credit away from him, but I've been saying it for the longest time. I said the majority of the revenue, okay, comes from concessions. Believe it or not. Okay, now he makes it a good point in the sense that because we've been having tremendous success at the box office, there's movies that have just been completely ridiculously successful. Okay, like Avatar, just to give you one example. The concession sales alone have to be gigantic, huge. Okay, so his point is, why isn't that money being used to pay off AMC's debt? It's very simple. I'll give you the answer. You want the answer? Okay. Because if you were in a position, all right, let me give you an example, right? Let's say you owned a hamburger, business, right? Okay, you sold cheeseburgers, hamburgers, okay. Now let's say your total overhead was $10,000 a month. I want you to really think about this, okay? And let's say your business was making more than $10,000 a month. Your business was making $20,000 a month. So you had $10,000 in surplus, okay? So now the question is, what would you do with that money? Would you put it back into the company? Would you save it? Right? Would you make improvements to your company? Or would you pocket the money? Right? What would you do if be honest, if you were a business owner, okay? So that's what Adam Aaron does. A lot of this money he pockets. And what happens is you get used to a certain lifestyle. Now, what happens ultimately is you don't want that lifestyle to end. Like, remember Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson was spending like billions of dollars. I mean, it's not a joke. It really, like when he passed away, I believe he had no money left. And I think his family and celebrities had to put together money for him, which I believe he had a beautiful gold casket and everything. And then after he passed away, of course, all of his record sales went wild, and his family made a fortune. God bless his soul. He was the most talented man that ever lived. But I'm just trying to make a point. So people get used to the good times, and when there are rough times, they don't want the good times to end. And I think that's probably the case with Adam Aaron. You understand? He was always used to making a lot of money, and then ultimately, what happened is when times got tough, he's like, I still want to live good. I still want to make a lot of money. So they took the money probably from all those like concession sales. And instead of lowering AMC's debt, you're paying, executives in the company top money. You're paying, now I'm talking top money. I'm not talking small money. You're paying them big bonuses. And who knows? There could be perks that we don't know about. Vacations, cars. I mean, you're giving, you have no idea. So I believe a lot of that money went towards bettering the life of Adam Aaron, bettering the, because let me ask you a question, Donahue George. What CEO do you know who has a pretty much a losing business, a dying business, and who's making $20 million a year? I think I read something like the GameStop CEO makes $300,000 a year, right? Who ever heard of someone making $20 million a year on a business that's on the verge of bankruptcy? It's crazy. I remember once I read it, I don't want to bring them up, but I remember when I read the Taj Mahal was losing all this money in Atlantic City to Trump Taj Mahal, yet Donald was still paying himself $3 or $4 million or $5 million in salary. So this is very common business that a lot of CEOs, a lot of corporate insiders do, is that they take money that should be going towards paying off the debt, but they enrich themselves. Because there could have been a time where AMC was doing well. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Adam Aaron was a CEO for a long time. And maybe during those times, it might have been justifiable because the company was doing good financially. But now the company's not doing good financially, but they don't want the good times to stop rolling. Okay? And when there isn't enough money now to pay the debts because they're like piggies taking all the money for themselves, what do? They look for an alternative source to get the money. And what is that alternative source? Us, the retail investor. So they come to us and say, listen, I'm making $20 million a year. I got a tremendous bonus in 2022. I'm taking all the profits. I'm paying all of the corporate insiders. They're getting top pay. They're getting bonuses. Listen, we need to pay our bills now. Can you help us out? Can you lend us a helping hand? And then that's the whole way that they do it. It's a creation of Ape. Okay? Starting this 10 for 1, 1 for 10 reverse stock split because they want us to pay for their dirty deeds, like that song by AC/DC. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap, dirty deeds, retail's feet. They want our feet, they want our legs, they want our everything. You know what I'm talking about. They want our nuts. They want it all. They want it all, and they want it now. All right, well, that's my take on it. This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. This video is not legal advice. I'm not an attorney. This video and all my videos are for entertainment purposes only, because that's what I am, an entertainer. The one, the only, Apefather in the house, baby. Wow!